Hello, trading is closed on July 15th, 2015. I'm Jeff Tennant. I'd like to start out by saying I appreciate the thank yous I've received for my recent calls. Well, let's go over yesterday's calls. We had quite a few calls yesterday. There was a mejt target of 2107.88 that printed, and there was support under it and resistance over it. There was another target of 2104.20 that printed, and there was support right there. There was an optional target of 2102.91. Optional targets don't have to print, but they almost always do. That printed, and there was support under that price. There was also a prediction based on the page 120 signal in my book that we would have a drop at some point during the day, whose origin was unclear, but whose length would be 8 to 10 points. And this was a straight line drop of 9.14 points. So this drop hit the target at the same time as there was mejt support at the same price. So we had two different parts of the system indicating support at that price. During the day, mejt gave a buy signal in the morning, and that worked. It didn't give any signals in the afternoon other than saying that the drop would start on or after this time, which it did. Note the resistance at the mejt line from during the day. The software is available from TradeStation, and in a separate window explains the reasons for all the calls and teaches one the system. If you don't want to be taught by the computer, all the rules are in my books. Now, it's a lot of fun when all these targets print during their preferred time frames, which they usually do, but they don't always do it. Let's not forget we have lower price targets from within the past week, which should print at some time, but that doesn't mean we have to go there in a straight line. This is a pattern which typically closes at the day's low, when we can't undercut the middle of the day low at the close, and particularly when we can't even undercut the opening low at the close. Usually it's a sign of strength and you get higher prices. That would fail if we undercut this low promptly at tomorrow's open, ideally by having a gap under it. How high can we go? Well, one of my trading rules is if you have a diagonal trend line and you break it in a straight line, that you should return at some point to that trend line. And well, this won't let me move it. But by the end of the day, tomorrow, if we have a rally, I don't think it should be higher than the 2120s. I'm not even certain we'll get that high because hitting a new recovery high and closing negatively is not a strong pattern. I do think we should go slightly higher, maybe a bit more than slightly. If you look at the 30-minute chart, we had a combo sell signal at the high of the day. We now have 7 bars of a sequential sell signal, and the ideal situation would be if we rallied till we got bar 13 of a sequential sell. That would take at least 3 more hours of trading. rallied, hit this trend line, and then reversed for a sharp drop down, not necessarily all in a day. I can't say it's required, but I think it's a very plausible scenario, and that's what I'll be looking for tomorrow. And that is today's call.